Alright guys, we're back today. It's a Monday and we're going to tie up some loose ends. Basically what we got going today is we're going to do some crushing cars. I figured I'd give you guys a little view on what we do when we crush cars. We're not doing any prepping, I don't think, today, or getting the cars ready to crush. We've got about a dozen or so cars that are ready to crush, so that's what we're getting ready to do. So I'll walk you through it. Well, I figured I'd walk you through just a little bit of you know, what the prep area is for getting ready to crush, and then we'll go over and start the crusher up. So what we got is we got a rack that drains cars. We set them up on top of there and then drain them. Cut catalytic converters and a few things like that. Drains the oil, fuel, you know, all that stuff out of them. We got some jersey barriers set up here to be able to set cars on, so the guys can get underneath them, that sort of deal, so it's safer. And then we have cars that are in the process of being ready to crush. We pull out the radiators and aluminum wheels and alternators and AC compressors and stuff like that, computers. Anything that's important that still has some value, either as a core or to sell before we do it. But a lot of the cars we crush are a lot like these. There's not a lot of value in the parts because, you know, like the 27th Ford Taurus ain't gonna make or break us on an alternator. But the alternator as itself, if we can get it off quickly before we crush it, you know, it is worth a few dollars as a core as well. We do got Miss Kaya running around as usual. And then here's our Aljon 20 crusher. It's like a 1974. This thing, it runs good. My dad's used it forever. I kind of use it for nostalgia purposes. I'd really like to have a baler instead. But it is a lot of fun to run. It's old. It runs a Detroit motor, powering a hydraulic pump. And so it does sound cool, and it is kind of fun. And then the cars go in over on this side. And as we can see, you'll see a little more when we do some video on it crushing itself, you know, or it crushing. The cars go in here, they get pushed in here. There's a big, you know, a crush block that comes down with these big cylinders. And then on this end, the cars come out about this tall. This frame is not a very good representation, because it is already pretty short. And then it comes out here. We have a bed to catch, you know, the miscellaneous stuff that falls off them. And then there's a little catch ramp here, and so the loader comes in right between the two and picks them up out of there. Me and Megan just built this catch ramp. She did a lot of the welding on it and stuff, just out of an old trailer to a homemade car trailer to catch them. So these are about the 11 cars that are ready to crush. They've been prepped, cat's been cut, drained, all that good stuff. Usually we try and have at least 4 tires in each one. It helps us get rid of the tires out of the tire pile over here. All right guys, we're gonna fire up the crusher, let it warm up here. So I'll show you here. So this is an old Detroit, so you got a fuel shut off and you got your throttle control here. A bunch of little spiders. Little cat head spiders running around here. There's a million of them everywhere. But so you got the fuel shut off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna crank it, and then at the same time we're going to switch the fuel on and it'll start up. All right, we got it started up. Now we're gonna let it warm up for a few minutes. This motor's old. We've never had to change it. It's always been taken care of very well. So, you know, it's one of the important things. We do the same things over and over. You can hear the hydraulics starting to prime up. And pump the hydraulics. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That was the hydraulic system pressuring up. We do have a tree that grows underneath our crusher. It's not something we planted. It had to have been a seed that fell out of a car that we crushed. But it does grow really well, and I don't have the heart to like take it out because trees around here are pretty rare. So there's our tree. It grows out from underneath the crusher. And it actually was growing through the crusher when we took back over the yard. We had to cut the chunk out that was growing through. That's the bed. Basically, you set the car in there, and then this big chunk of steel here pushes the car in, and then you crush it down, and it pushes in again, and crush it down. You'll get the idea here once we start crushing. We got Megan coming up to set one in. Well, now the next step is we'll run the hydraulics a bit, idle it up, get everything moving a bit, make sure everything's good, make sure we don't have any bad lines, and then we'll go from there. Start getting ready to crush the car. So this is what they look like when they come out. that's where we stack up the cars after they're crushed. There is probably like 11 cars in the first stack and probably another 7 there, so probably about 18 cars in the space of a couple. So it's definitely a space saver for sure. So that was crushing cars for today. It's not too bad. It's a little warm out today. It's probably close to 90 degrees, maybe a little warmer. For an old crusher that's from 1974, it works good. Here's the next row of cars that's going to go out coming up. Alright, well, that's it for crushing today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until the next video, thanks for watching.